What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Big T, right here with all of you guys today. And this is your WWE Monday Night Raw review and result show for today, Monday, June 26, 2023. And this is your WWE Money in the Bank 2023 go-home show. Cody Rhodes comes home to his home state of Georgia, and he gets a huge win against Damian Priest. So we're going to talk about this and so much more right here on Beyond the Ring with Big T tonight. Pharaoh also made his WWE debut, as you can see in the thumbnail here. But we're going to get this party started, hit the introductions, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit. Hang tight, we'll be right back.
This is M-Dog20, Matt Cross. We're in Cleveland, Ohio, and you are checking out Beyond the Ring with my man, Big T. Thank you, man. Big T.
Hello, this is EC3 of TNA Wrestling, and you are so very fortunate because you are watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
This is the bad boy Joey Janela, and you're watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
How's everybody doing there tonight, folks? Are you guys ready for WWE Monday Night Raw review and results? I know I am. Hey, how you doing, everybody? So, I'm your host, Big T, right here with all of you guys today. And this is your WWE Monday Night Raw review and results show for today. Monday, June 26, 2023. How you doing? Alright, folks. So, first off, don't forget, if you want to call into the show live on Skype, if you have any questions or comments about Monday Night Raw, you guys can very well do that. So don't forget to go ahead and do just that if you want to. And also don't forget, guys, you can check out my website, beyondtheringwithBigT.com. You can call into the show on Skype using BigT_119. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Everything's on the layout that you need. So I hope you guys will go and check all that out. But yeah, we got everything and we're good to go. And I got the results here, so we are just going to get everything rocking and rolling here and get right into the show. And also don't forget to donate to the show, everything like that. Everything's here that you need. Alright. What's up, Invincible? So WWE Monday Night Raw review and results for Monday, June 26, 2023. From the End Market Arena in Savannah, Georgia. We hear from Seth freaking Rollins. We got a Women Money in the Bank Summit. We got so much more. So, WWE Monday Night Raw, Monday, June 26, 2023, from the End Market Arena in Savannah, Georgia. In the opening moments of last week's edition of Raw in Cleveland, Ohio, Finn Balor shocked Seth freaking Rollins in the WWE Universe with an attack ahead of Seth Rollins' open challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship. A little over a week later, Finn Balor got the best of Seth Rollins once again during Week 1 of WWE NXT Gold Rush following his successful title defense against Braun Breaker. Tonight, Seth Rollins will answer any questions heading into his title match against Finn Balor at WWE Money in the Bank. Trish Stratus, Zoe Stark, Becky Lynch, Bayley, Io Sky, and Zelina Vega will be competing in the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match on July 1st. But before they do, they will meet face-to-face tonight in a Women's Money in the Bank Summit. Bayley is the only former Money in the Bank briefcase holder, while Becky Lynch and Zelina Vega are the only other participants to have previously competed in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Elsewhere in the women's division, one half of the reigning women's tag team champions, Ronda Rousey, will be competing in her first singles match since December of last year when she lost to Charlotte Flair. Lost her SmackDown women's title to Charlotte Flair, but as Ronda goes one-on-one with Raquel Rodriguez. Interestingly enough, that's the woman that Ronda Rousey faced and won. She beat back in December, and then right after she beat Raquel Rodriguez, that's when Charlotte Flair came out to challenge her on the spot, and that's when Charlotte beat Ronda. So, interesting little fact there. The two women encountered one another last Friday night on SmackDown after Raquel made it clear that she and the returning Liv Morgan were coming after the women's tag titles. Before they collide in London, England, Dominic Mysterio has something on his mind to share regarding his opponent Cody Rhodes during the go-home edition of Raw. Ahead of the upcoming Money in the Bank Premium Live event, issues between the two men first arose at the beginning of this month after The Miz ambushed Cody Rhodes with a surprise appearance from Dominic Mysterio and Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley on Miz TV. So, start off here, we are live, and before we get into Monday Night Raw and what you saw on the show, there was news going around, and this is very important. Vince McMahon's fingerprints reportedly all over tonight's episode of WWE Monday Night Raw. When it comes to Vince McMahon's influence on WWE's creative direction, the changes just keep coming. After last week's drastic revisions of WWE Monday Night Raw, followed by this past Friday's significant changes ahead of WWE Friday Night SmackDown, PW Insider's Mike Johnson is reporting that tonight's Raw from Savannah, Georgia will have Vince McMahon's fingerprints all over it. PWI also noted that based on certain individuals they have spoken with, the belief is that Vince McMahon's influence over the creative direction is only likely to grow, particularly as we get closer to the acquisition by Endeavor becoming official. Last week, Friday, 3 previously advertised matches were cut entirely from the SmackDown broadcast without so much as a mention, leading not only to frustration backstage but social media responses from the likes of Bayley and Shotzi as well. And while Vince McMahon is not physically present for tonight's show in Georgia, he's been making changes remotely ever since WrestleMania 39 to varying degrees. Tonight's Raw is also the final show for Monday Night Raw before Money in the Bank this Saturday in London, England, and if there is one thing we can say with absolute certainty as we get closer to the premium live event Money in the Bank, it is that nothing is certain. So there you go. As I said, this is the WWE Money in the Bank go-home show for Raw. But yeah, Vince McMahon's fingerprints all over the show tonight. Now that I told you that, you guys can, now when I review this show, you will clearly see that Vince McMahon did have his fingerprints all over it. Let's see, Monday Night Raw needs to be cut to 2 hours. What a crap show. Miz Ciampa again. Also, why women's tag match tonight when we are getting it on Saturday? Yeah, I have no idea. Well, it wasn't a women's tag match tonight. Invincible, it was Ronda Rousey versus Raquel Rodriguez. Versus Raquel Rodriguez tonight. It was one-on-one, so it wasn't a tag match. We're getting the tag match on Saturday. But, the sad thing is, I'm with you. I'm in the same boat about Monday Night Raw needing to be 2 hours, but it won't be. Because USA Network and, they feel they're making a lot of extra revenue from 3 hours. That's what they want. And now they're saying SmackDown, we don't know yet. They're saying down the line in the future, which would be a long ways away, that SmackDown might become 3 hours as well. But they have no official word on it. It seems like the networks that WWE works with for whatever reason likes 3 hours. I don't understand why, because it really screws up the flow to a show. 2 hours is that happy medium. For pay-per-views, 3 hours I think is perfect for pay-per-views. The longest I would do a pay-per-view for personally is 4 hours, but that would only be for your big shows, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, things like that. They're doing too much. And the thing is, AEW's following into that same trap. They got Dynamite, they got Collision, they got Rampage, AEW is guilty of this too. I don't know why they each want to compete with the other. Oh my god, we just gotta, we gotta do more and more and more content. It's no. That's why I'm sure you noticed at times, if I get a show in Collision or whatever, it's fine, but the ones I stay consistent with is Raw and SmackDown and Dynamite. Collision, it's just because it's a freaking Saturday night. I'll probably do Collision next upcoming Saturday after 4th of July, because don't forget, after tonight, guys, be taking a week off until next Monday. But don't worry, I'll be back, like Arnold Schwarzenegger said in the Terminator. But, yeah, you know. So, Collision, because I think with Collision I'm going to start doing that on Saturday. I'll probably do Collision and SmackDown on Saturday instead of SmackDown and Rampage on Saturday. And then Rampage, I'll make that one like, you know, if I hit it that week, I hit it. If I don't, I don't, because it looks like Collision is more important than Rampage for sure. So that's where I'm going to change it up. And the double feature on a Saturday night will be SmackDown and Collision instead of SmackDown and Rampage, because Collision is looking way better. And then Rampage, it's like if I get to it, you know, I'll get to it and throw like a little quick thing together for Rampage. But, you know, do I really know for sure? It depends on how the week goes. So, you know, at this point, show's live. It kicks off with a video recapping the events that have led to the upcoming match at Money in the Bank between Cody Rhodes and Dominic Mysterio. Back at ringside, Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley are waiting inside. And we got Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley. They come face to face with Cody Rhodes. So Dominic Mysterio tries to welcome the fans to Monday Night Raw, but boos from the crowd just drown him out. Rhea Ripley then calls Cody Rhodes a loser and says that his momentum has been slowing down as of late. And, you know, she says Dominic will put Cody out of his misery in London, England. So Cody's music hits, he makes his way down to the ring. Cody says he knows what they're trying to do, and Cody welcomes fans to Monday Night Raw. Dominic tries to speak once again, but he's cut off by more boos. Dominic whispers something to Rhea, and Rhea says Dominic told her that, you know, we'll show Cody exactly how dangerous he is. And Cody thanks Rhea for the education, as, you know, Cody says he has proven to be effective, and invites Dominic to share how he feels. And he says those who mind don't matter, and those who mind don't matter. And he says Dominic is quoting from a children's book because he is just that, a child. So Dominic and Rhea, they retreat to the back, and Cody asks them where they're going. Cody says he'll give Dominic a free shot. And Dominic hops back up on the apron, and he chickens out and he hops down off the ring apron before heading to the back. Before Cody adds that he wants to find out if Dominic is half the man his father is, or is Dominic simply just mommy's little boy. That was it. I mean, it was what it was. It built to the match that they're having, but to be honest with you, I'm just not interested in a Dominic Mysterio Cody Rhodes match. And it's because of Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio is getting way too big of a spot. I mean, I understand that he's one of the top heels right now, you know, in WWE's eyes and possibly other people's eyes, but it is way too big of a spot, I think, for Dominic right now. And I swear to God, if they have Brock Lesnar come out and beat the shit out of Cody Rhodes while the referee's down, and then Dominic beats Cody Rhodes at Money in the Bank, oh my God, that would be nuts. I don't even want to see that. That would just be terrible. But I'm just saying, it could happen. You never know what they'll do. Especially with Vince McMahon being in, you know, charge of creative. Even though people say he's not, we know he is. He's Vince McMahon, damn it. He's ready to take over. I mean, seriously. But, Claims it's drizzling at my house right now. Okay. Don't know if it really is, but let's see. What do we got next? You know what? I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick. How about that? Alright. That's such good shit, pal. Alright, so what do I gotta look for here? Corey Graves and Kevin Patrick then greet audiences at home as Shinsuke Nakamura makes his way down to the ring. Ricochet follows and Bronson Reed has taken a seat next to the announce desk. So now we got Shinsuke Nakamura versus Ricochet. The bell rings and Nakamura wastes no time. Let's see. Bell rings, Nakamura wastes no time. He fires off right hands and knees and then delivers a knee to Ricochet's midsection. Ricochet fires back with the scissor kick. Now, Ricochet, he's been on a roll. You know, they've been elevating him up the card. And I think Ricochet is going to be a major player here within the next year. I really think he can be. He's a fan favorite. People love him. He's a great wrestler. You know, I'd love to see more Ricochet. I'd love to see Ricochet even, you know, if they're not going to bump him up to the world title ranks just yet, I wouldn't mind seeing Ricochet with the Intercontinental Championship. Once Gunther breaks the record and everything, and you move Gunther on from that title and move him up to the world title, you could slide Ricochet in there nicely and give him an Intercontinental title spot. I'm telling you, I think it'd be great for him. It'd be a great way to elevate him. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think, but that's how I'm feeling about Ricochet. I think he's doing a great job. But, yeah, he fires off right hands, knees, delivers the knee to Ricochet's midsection. Nakamura does. Ricochet fires back at the scissors kick and low bridges Nakamura onto the ring apron. But Nakamura locks in a sleeper. Ricochet escapes and delivers an enziguri before both men send one another tumbling to the floor with boots. Bronson Reed applauds before both men hit Bronson Reed with an enziguri and Nakamura lands a boot, and then both men get back inside the ring and level Bronson Reed once again. Reed looks to get in the ring, but the referee ejects Bronson Reed from ringside because Bronson Reed was just sitting at the commentary desk the whole time. So we go to commercial now. We come back from the commercial break. Ricochet delivers a springboard crossbody, but he follows it up with a series of forearms and a springboard back elbow, and then delivers a standing shooting star press and goes for a pin. Nakamura kicks out, and Ricochet looks for a moonsault, but Nakamura gets his knees up and plants him as he sets up for a running knee, but Ricochet catches him with a modified codebreaker and ascends to the top as Nakamura trips him and delivers a knee to his midsection, but Ricochet manages to land a sliced bread and descends back up to the top as he then delivers a moonsault for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win, and your winner is Ricochet. Awesome. Glad to see Ricochet getting the win, and it was a nice match with Nakamura, and at least it was a clean victory for Ricochet. I thought that was very well done. I like that. So good job there. So there you go. Invincible. You know where I am. I was at Raw last week. We talked about it on the show. Alright. We then head backstage to a confident Matt Riddle talking to Byron Saxton about his challenge to Gunther for an Intercontinental Championship match of Money in the Bank. Ludwig Kaiser walks in and attacks Riddle before Gunther appears and accepts Riddle's challenge at Money in the Bank. So that's official. Go to the commercial, go back to the commercial break. We head backstage to Adam Pearce, Dominic Mysterio, and Rhea Ripley. They walk in and Dominic demands a match tonight to prove how tough he is to Cody Rhodes. As Dominic says he has someone in mind, and Pearce asks who. Rhea whispers something to Dominic and tells Pearce that they'll get back to him. Whatever. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler head down to the ring. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan follow, so we got Ronda Rousey with Shayna Baszler in her corner going one-on-one against Raquel Rodriguez with Liv Morgan in her corner. Bell rings, both women lock up. Ronda delivers a kick to Raquel's midsection, but Raquel plants Ronda with a delayed vertical suplex. Ronda sets up for the Piper's Pit, but Raquel escapes and lands a shoulder tackle as Ronda then cinches in an ankle lock. But Raquel fights her way out of it and looks for an arm submission. Raquel counters it into a fallaway slam, and then lands a second one and looks for a corkscrew elbow. Shayna pulls Ronda out of the way before Liv takes her down on the outside. Ronda takes advantage and rolls up Raquel for the 1-2-3 and the pin of the win. Your winner is Ronda Rousey. Match was no good. It was pretty much a garbage match. After that, we head over to a video package of Finn Balor, who has a message for Seth freaking Rollins. We go to commercial, we come back from the commercial break. Seth freaking Rollins heads down to the ring. We hear from Seth freaking Rollins. Seth welcomes Savannah, Georgia to Monday Night Rollins and then gives a shout out to Carmelo Hayes in the audience. Seth thanks Hayes for having his back this past Tuesday on NXT after Finn Balor attacked him, and says they have more in common than what meets the eye, as Seth says they are both fighting champions, and Seth promotes Hayes' NXT Championship match tomorrow night before wishing him luck. Seth then addresses his Money in the Bank match with Finn Balor, and says he got his answer about which Balor would be coming to Money in the Bank last week. As Seth calls Balor out to the ring, Balor does not appear, and Seth says Balor will keep hiding in the shadows, as Seth says Balor has convinced himself that he is supposed to take everything from Seth, like he did 7 years ago, and Seth says despite not being 100% tonight or on Saturday night, Balor hasn't accounted for him. Seth says when it's just him and Balor in the ring, Balor's best version is nowhere near as good as his. Balor tries blindsiding Seth with a chair, but Seth sees him coming and knocks the chair out of his hand. As he rains down right hands before Balor grabs the chair, Seth knocks it out of his hand once again, but Seth dumps him out of the ring and rains down more right hands as Balor sends him crashing into the steel ring steps and the announce desk, and then delivers a kick to his midsection and grabs a chair from the timekeeper's area. So Carmelo Hayes grabs the chair out of his hand, allowing Seth to clothesline Balor into the timekeeper's area as Balor then retreats through the crowd. And that was that. So that was like the final cherry on top of the Sunday of the build to Seth Rollins and Finn Balor for Saturday night. That was that. We then head over to a video of Tommaso Ciampa and Byron Saxton. Saxton asks Ciampa why he attacked The Miz last week, and Ciampa explains it was out of frustration over the fact that The Miz never checked up on him once after he got injured. Go to commercial, come back from the commercial break. Ciampa heads down to the ring, and now The Miz blindsides Tommaso Ciampa. Miz blindsides Ciampa halfway down the ramp, and Miz tosses Ciampa into the barricade in the ring apron, and then sends his ankle crashing into the ring apron and delivers a big boot to his face. Miz then suplexes Ciampa into the barricade and delivers a skull-crushing finale to Ciampa at the bottom of the ramp before retreating to the back. So the match never happened. Whatever. Garbage segment. Garbage match with Ronda and Raquel. The Seth segment was okay, but nothing great. We then head backstage and we see Imperium strategizing for Gunther's Money in the Bank Intercontinental title match with Matt Riddle. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens walk in to defend Matt Riddle's honor, leading to an agreement for a one-on-one match between Sami Zayn and Gunther later tonight, which is a non-title match, by the way. So, we'll see. You know what? I wondered the same thing, Invincible. I mean, yeah, people love Seth for whatever reason with this character. But yeah, it's very flamboyant. His laugh, I don't know. I like the theme song. I like the crowd participation of his theme song. But other than that, I really don't know, what's with the whole gimmick and why it got over so big, but it did. It just took on a life of its own for whatever reason. This next match was completely fucking garbage. Can't tell me this wasn't Vince McMahon all over this one. Back at ringside, Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley head down to the ring and Akira Tozawa follows. I'm like, give me a fucking break. So we got Dominic Mysterio with Rhea Ripley versus Akira Tozawa. And I have to review this shit. But okay, let's do it. The bell rings and Dominic wastes no time. He fires off stomps and then gloats and delivers a knee to Tozawa's midsection. Tozawa fires off right hands and hits her Rana and a running knee. And then he ascends to the top and delivers a flying shoulder tackle before the action spills to the outside. And Tozawa delivers a tope suicida as he tosses Dominic back in the ring and climbs up to the top. But Dominic trips Tozawa and ascends to the top before delivering a frog splash to Tozawa for the 1-2-3 and the pin in the win. Your winner is Dominic Mysterio. Woo. I love that match, said nobody ever. Anyway, here was another painfully odd segment. Trish Stratus and Zoe Stark make their way down to the ring. Bayley, Io Sky, Zelina Vega, and Becky Lynch follow. This is the Women's Money in the Bank Summit. I think this is the worst Women's Money in the Bank field ever. It might be the same case for the men, too. The worst men's Money in the Bank field ever. They're just not, yeah. There's not much appeal there. I mean, for me, nothing. I mean, I'm just being honest with you guys. This ain't really working for me. It's not really working for me at all. It's actually pretty annoying. I don't know. People might think, why are you nitpicking everything and this and that? It's like, no, I just know what I want out of my wrestling show. And what I'm hoping to see and get out of my wrestling shows. But this isn't doing it at all for me. Alright, so Corey Graves welcomes fans to the Women's Money in the Bank Summit and explains how the match works. But Bayley cuts him off and brags about being the only woman in the match to win a Money in the Bank briefcase, and she has the biggest chance of winning the ladder match, but corrects herself and says Io also has a good chance of winning. Io tells Bayley, may the best woman win. Who cares? Zelina expresses her frustrations with Bayley, dismissing everyone else in the match, and then says Becky has accomplished everything except win Money in the Bank. And then Zelina calls Trish a legend that has never been in a ladder match. And since everyone is looking at the next Miss Money in the Bank and herself, I'm like, oh my god. Bayley laughs, but Zelina tells Bayley that she will start taking her seriously when she proves her wrong and brings the briefcase back to the LWO. Bayley says Zelina is a bigger idiot than she looks. And both women start arguing along with Io. Zoe Stark tells them to calm down, and Trish says that she sees a bunch of little girls, and Trish says it is clear to her why she needed to save the women's division because she is a woman, and Trish says she is the best and greatest woman to ever wrestle, and winning is what she does, and she says everyone will be thanking her for letting them be a part of a historic moment. Trish then asks Becky if she'll be man enough to thank her when all is said and done. Becky takes a shot at Trish and begins brawling with her and Zoe Stark as Io and Bayley beat down Zelina in the corner. Becky dumps Trish and Zoe out of the ring before Bayley and Io target her. Zelina helps Becky and dumps Bayley out of the ring, but Io jumps her and sends her out to join Zelina. Io levels everyone on the outside after brawling with Becky, she levels everyone on the moonsault, allowing Becky to climb one of the ladders in the ring and unhook the women's Money in the Bank briefcase. It was about time that Becky actually had a good appearance tonight. She looked good, she looked normal, she didn't have no crazy outfit on and stupid shoes and stupid glasses, and kind of got away from that, that overly exaggerated, just ridiculous, just that absolutely ridiculous, stuff, that she was wearing there for a while. Like, remember those glasses that were a pair of hands that just went over her eyes and her eyes were like peeking through them? I mean, oh my god. At least they got away from that. But yeah, Bayley's obnoxious. Trish as a heel doesn't work. Zoe Stark, I think, is still too green for Money in the Bank. Zelina Vega, what has she ever done to warrant a Money in the Bank win? I mean, she's done nothing, to be honest with you. Bayley definitely ain't winning the damn match. To me, there's only 3 women that have a legitimate shot of winning, and I think it's Becky, Io, and Trish. But I mean, if you're really looking at the 2 women that have a shot at winning this, it's either going to be Becky or Trish, I think. I don't even think Io, really, but that's just me. Yeah, but Becky climbs the ladder in the ring and hooks the women's Money in the Bank briefcase. Like, she got it, she was happy, so that can rule Becky out too for Saturday. But then Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser head down to the ring. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens follow, and Kevin Owens joins Corey Graves and Kevin Patrick on commentary. So now we got a non-title match. Sami Zayn with Kevin Owens one-on-one with Gunther with Ludwig Kaiser in his corner. The bell rings, both men lock up, they go back and forth with submission holds before Gunther delivers an uppercut in the corner. Sami responds with a couple of right hands and a back elbow that sends him into the top turnbuckle face first. Giovanni Vinci makes his way down to ringside on crutches as Gunther delivers a German suplex to Sami Zayn. We go to commercial, come back from the commercial break. Gunther's wearing down Sami in the corner as he delivers a chop and then sits Sami on the top rope and joins him up there as he sets up for a superplex, but Sami brains down some right hands on his spine and delivers a sunset flip. He goes for a pin, but Gunther kicks out. Sami delivers a clothesline before Gunther locks in a sleeper. Sami then escapes and lands a Blue Thunder bomb and ascends to the top and goes flying. Gunther catches him with a chop midair and then climbs up to the top himself and delivers a splash. Ludwig Kaiser tries interfering, but KO beats him, or levels him and beats him down. Gunther hits KO with a big boot before Sammy goes flying over the top to level him as he tosses Gunther back in the ring and then delivers an exploder suplex in the corner while the referee's distracted. Giovanni Vinci hits Sami Zayn with his crutch, allowing Gunther to deliver a powerbomb to Sami Zayn and stack him up right into a pin for the 1-2-3 and the pin of the win. Your winner is Gunther. Decent match, I guess. After the match, Imperium beats down KO, but Matt Riddle runs down to make the save as Riddle hits Vinci with one of his crutches and then attacks Gunther with it as KO lands a stunner on Kaiser. That was that. Finn Balor heads down to the ring and Carmelo Hayes follows, the NXT champion. So you got NXT champion Carmelo Hayes one-on-one with Finn Balor. Of course, this is a non-title match. Bell rings, Balor trips up Hayes, he rains down some right hands and fires off stomps in the corner and delivers several shoulders to his midsection. Hayes responds with a drop kick and then delivers an enziguri and a double leg drop, and the action spills to the outside and Hayes delivers a crossbody over the top. We go to commercial, come back from the commercial break. Balor delivers several shoulders to Hayes' midsection as he follows it up with a chop, but Hayes fires back with a back elbow and goes flying off the ropes as he delivers a splash in the corner, but Balor responds with a series of stomps and a sling blade. Hayes lands a super kick and a springboard DDT and then ascends to the top and goes flying. Balor ducks out of the way before Hayes rolls him up. Balor kicks out and delivers a gutbuster and then follows it up with a shotgun dropkick and the coup de grace for the 1-2-3 and the pin of the win. I guess decent little match, but your winner is Finn Balor. Building the Money in the Bank, we go to commercial, we come back from the commercial break. We had the video package recapping the beginning of the civil war between the Bloodline last Friday on SmackDown. And what do you know, guys? We're now at that time at the main event of the evening for WWE Monday Night Raw tonight. We are here. So we're here. Okay. Whoops. Alright. Let me see here. Yeah, it's now time for the main event of the evening, folks. For WWE Monday Night Raw. Are you ready? We got back at ringside, Cody Rhodes heads down to the ring and Damian Priest follows. We got Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest. Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest is our main event tonight. Like I told you, there's not much to talk about on this show. There was nothing really to it. Nothing really for me to break down. Nothing bad, nothing good. It was just a boring middle-of-the-road show, and that's why we're already at the main event. I mean, this show was blah, was okay. That's it. But Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest. Bell rings. Both men lock up. Priest lands a shoulder tackle and a back elbow, but Cody fires back with a drop kick and a delayed vertical suplex. Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley then walk down to ringside as Damian Priest looks to send Cody's ankle crashing into the ring post. Cody manages to send Priest into the ring post face first and then delivers a tope suicida and tosses him back in the ring. He encounters Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley before sliding back into the ring where Priest is waiting to plant him. We go to commercial, comes back from the commercial break. Priest lands a Falcon Arrow as he plants Cody face first and then delivers a clothesline that flips Cody inside out and ascends to the top. Cody joins him up there and plants him before both men go back and forth with right hands and kicks. Cody lands a power slam and the disaster kick, but Priest plants Cody face first. Cody sets him for the crossroads, but Priest escapes. Cody then plants Priest with a pedigree. Cody, his idol and his favorite wrestler, Triple H, said Cody, Cody, using his inner Triple H with a pedigree, and looks to pin Priest, but Priest rolls out of the ring and catches Cody with a kick. While the referee is distracted by Rhea, Dominic trips Cody as he looks for the Cody cutter. This allows Priest to hit Cody with the South of Heaven chokeslam and go for the pin, but Cody kicks out. Priest then sets up for the Razor's Edge as Dominic distracts the referee, but Cody sends Priest crashing into Dominic on the apron as Cody delivers the Cody cutter to Priest before landing the Crossroads on Damian Priest for the 1-2-3 and the pin of the win. Your winner is Cody Rhodes. After the match, Dominic Mysterio blindsides Cody Rhodes from behind, but quickly slides out of the ring and heads to the back with Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. And that is, everybody, how WWE Monday Night Raw goes off the air. That was it. So as you can hear, it was nothing special. That was all there was to this show. That was it, guys. That was it. I mean, that's all I can tell you. As far as anything else that I got to try to give you guys a little something, Miz cuts a passionate promo about Ciampa after WWE Monday Night Raw confrontation. The Miz is too proud of a veteran to allow a younger counterpart to dominate him on a weekly basis. After suffering a loss to the returning Tommaso Ciampa, The Miz was due for a rematch against his former on-screen protege on WWE Raw. Prior to the match, Ciampa referred to Miz as Mr. Tiny Balls and vowed that he would never again play second fiddle to someone like him. Clearly upset at Ciampa's words, The Miz used the opportunity to make a massive statement. Just as Ciampa made his entrance, The Miz jumped him from behind and sent Ciampa crashing into the barricade twice, causing referees to call for the bell. Miz slung Ciampa's ankle into the LED board, did vicious kicks. At this point, we got a Tiny Balls chant in the Enmark Arena in Savannah, Georgia, and then Miz was irate to target Ciampa's ankles and suplex into the barricade. Segment ended with The Miz nailing a skull-crushing finale on the concrete floor. After Raw went off the air, The Miz explained why he was so upset at Ciampa for sucker punching him during his WWE return instead of embracing him for a hug. Miz says, and I quote, "That's the thanks I get for everything I've done for him." The Miz asked Byron Saxton for all the opportunities I've given him. Is he mad I didn't call him? Boo freaking who? I don't call anybody. We were just in Cleveland, Ohio, my hometown. And do you think I called anybody? No, I don't call them. They call me. They want to hang out with me. I'm the superstar. Do we understand that? Put some respect on my name. I'm tired for the lack of respect. I'm the two-time Grand Slam champion. I'm the veteran. That's what The Miz had to say. And then finally, Becky Lynch explains why she wants this year's Money in the Bank briefcase so badly. Becky Lynch will be part of the women's Money in the Bank ladder match for the 5th time this Saturday. Though Becky has accomplished many accolades in her WWE career, she is still missing a win in the Money in the Bank ladder match. On a recent episode of After the Bell, Becky explained why it's important for her that she wins this year. Becky says, and I quote, "My gosh, I wanted that thing. I wanted it. I have wanted it since its inception. I was in the first Money in the Bank, the women's first Money in the Bank ladder match where Carmella won it and stole it from me." Becky says, "I've been in 4, and every single one I've been the last person holding it before I've gotten knocked off, and there's just something so exciting about that briefcase, and I've always wanted to hold it because anything can happen, and that's the element of surprise that you always have, and that's what we do. That's what we wrestle for. That's what we do this for, to elicit a response from the audience, and there is never a better, bigger response than when somebody with a briefcase hits the ring and the place goes electric because anything can happen. I want that. It eluded me this long, but now I have gotten myself into a precarious situation," explained Becky. As Becky mentioned, all 4 of her previous Money in the Bank ladder match appearances saw her be the last woman to get close to the briefcase before getting toppled by the match's winner or James Ellsworth in the case of the first match in 2017. Becky will have to defeat Bayley, Io Sky, Zelina Vega, Zoe Stark, and her former friend Trish Stratus to finally get her hands on the Money in the Bank briefcase this Saturday. There you go, folks. That's it. So, it's all the news, everything, as far as what I rate WWE Monday Night Raw today for Monday, June 26th, 2023. I'll give WWE Monday Night Raw, in all honesty here, what do I want to give? What do I want to give Raw? I'll give WWE Monday Night Raw for Monday, June 26, 2023. I'll give it a solid 5 out of 10. Just middle of the road. Was what it was. Nothing special. There you go. 5 out of 10. Alright, folks. So, that's it. That's all I got. Talk about uneventful. Told you guys there wasn't much to talk about because I couldn't even give you guys booking ideas. I couldn't talk to you about why it was bad or why it was good because it was just indifferent. The show wasn't really bad. It wasn't really good. This was just an indifferent, boring show that led to a plain 5 out of 10. So there you go, guys. That's going to do it for me right here on this episode of Beyond the Ring with Big T right here today. So I will see you guys next time. And yes, there will be a next time for me right here on Beyond the Ring with Big T. I guess that'll be coming your way next week on next Monday night for WWE Monday Night Raw. Because I'll be taking the week off. Unless I decide, to maybe get a show in if I have time. But I got things going on. So, yeah. Looks like maybe next Monday night is when I'll be here. So, but yeah, you guys, don't worry, I'll be back, just taking a break, but yeah, this is the way that they hyped us up before a big pay-per-view on Saturday, and they did no favors at all, so, it fell flat, fell really flat, disappointing, really, so, yeah, guys, and then, don't forget us, and we won't forget you, and of course, if you want the best, and yes, I do mean the absolute best for all of your professional wrestling needs right here on the internet, right here on YouTube.com today. Always remember to think Beyond the Ring with Big T. And then, of course, everybody, as always, thank you very much for watching and listening to your WWE Monday Night Raw review and results show for today, Monday, June 26th, 2023. And, don't forget to leave your likes, comments, subscribe, all that good stuff. Donate to the show. And hashtag Justice for Pretty. And, yeah, guys, so thank you. And, hey, Lisa. Always a pleasure, Lisa says with a kissy face emoji. Thank you, Lisa. Love having you here. Thank you for stopping by. It's always awesome to see you. And, guys, until next week. Cheers to you. Yeah. That's such good shit, pal. Because it is. Okay, so like I said, as always, everybody, always remember and never ever forget that I'm your host, Big T, and that I'll see all of you at the matches. I'll see all of you next week for Monday Night Raw review results show on Monday night. So, take care, everybody. I love you all. Have a safe 4th of July weekend. And I'll see you before 4th of July, because 4th of July is on Tuesday. So, yeah, take care, everybody. And I love you all. You guys know that. And, of course, Of course, I'll talk to you guys soon. You guys know I'll be back, so, I'm always here. Men's Money in the Bank LA Knight, Women's Money in the Bank Becky Lynch. I'm going for it, but yeah, so everybody, as always remember, never forget that I'm your host, Big T. I'll see all of you at the matches. See all of you next week. Thank you to Mr. Green of EJ's Imaging for the new colorful Beyond the Ring with Big T logo on the bottom right hand side of my screen, so that's good stuff. But yeah, take care, everybody. I love you all, and good night, everybody. Ha 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 ha.
This is M-Dog 20, Matt Cross. We're in Cleveland, Ohio, and you were checking out Beyond the Ring with my man, Big T. Thank you, man. Big T.
Hello, this is EC3 of TNA Wrestling, and you are so very fortunate because you are watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
This is the bad boy, Joey Janela, and you're watching Beyond the Ring.